All right, guys. I'm just gonna do a really quick video about solo and sethekk calls. I've had some people ask me how you do it. It's really quite simple. But before we start, this run takes a lot of gear, like a lot of gear. Honestly, there are videos out there of people doing it in previous, in pre-raid bis, but man, I can't imagine how. It is really tough. Um, I'm in my tank threat gear, um, which is like about 25,000 armor with close to hit cap and about 2,200 attack power in bear form. With the staff from SSE, the badge of tenacity, armor trinket that has an agility proc, and then I'm using the tsunami trinket from SSE. This requires some gear, but it allows you to make gold. On average, like some hours are better than others, but usually I'm netting. I mean, between 200 and 250. It just depends on how expensive shards are going, and I can on average do about 4 runs an hour because each run is about 13 minutes on average, which is kind of what you want because like hypothetically, if you were making 10-minute runs, then you would have to wait 10 minutes to go at a certain point. So I do it for an hour. I go back to Orgrimmar. I post the auctions. I go back. Um, Professions wise, I use mining and enchanting. Enchanting is required to make money with this, but um, honestly, like the second profession, like there'll be some nodes here and there that you can access, but not a lot. And this is typically a druid only farm because you need to be able to tank and stealth. What else? Honestly, like if I had say leatherworking or tailoring, it would probably be better instead of mining, just because you have a small chance on normal to get primal nethers. I think I've gotten 3 or something. I'm just stocking them in the guild bank or my personal bank until they go BOE. Then I can either give them to people or sell them. So that being said, we'll go ahead and start the run. I just wanted to let you guys know what the gear situation is because this does require some gear. I'm gonna put this on 2x speed because there's no point in you guys watching me stealth around for 20 minutes. All right, here we go. All right, so you're gonna stealth around here to get to the first boss. Camera's acting weird. So you're gonna stealth to get to the first boss. Pretty standard stuff. There's gonna be a bird that patrols around here. That they say what you want to do here is wait for the bird to leave. I never do. So this guy will see you. When he sees you, you want to get out self dash, go around, bear charge this guy, go to the left to appear on this hill, wait for him to reset, and then you want to move back into the hall because there is a bird that will patrol and you don't want to add it. Now, this is the hard, in my opinion, this is the hardest part of the whole thing. These guys hit like freight trains. And when you kill one, the other one will enrage. Now, if you have 2-piece T5, you can regrowth immediately, instant cast regrowth after popping out of bear form. So that is what I would recommend because I can just pop out, pop regrowth, pop back in bear form, good to go. Bash him, heal, back in bear form, and then you're good to go. You just finish him off. He hits really fast. I don't have the Morose trinket, but if you do have the pocket watch, that's a solid choice for this guy. Okay, just loot these guys up real quick. Now, you want to pull these non-elite birds. They're very easy to kill, and they have a very good loot table. And there's a very, very small chance that you can loot the haste potion recipe, which on my server sells for about 1,500 gold. So that's definitely a good payday. But on average, you get 2 or 3 greens, which you're DEing those for dust and planners, and that's just more stuff to sell. And the I think on average the bender grays I'm making about 20 gold, so that usually pays for the repairs. Now, if you do it right now, you can use the Midsummer buff instead of a elixir, and it's actually pretty strong. It raises your crit by 3%, and you do extra fire damage when you attack, which helps with single target stuff. So here, there is a node here that I can access, but I need to watch that bird over there. So I'm just gonna do this real quick. Go back and prowl, go around. There's another group of birds we're gonna pull. Here. Pull the birds, pop trinket, swipe them down. Hindsight, I should demo roar and stuff. I just, I've been doing this for so long at this point that it's all autopilot. I usually just put some music on and go about it. Like we're done with raid for the week, so I just go and do this. For me, there's something else I really care to do, and I want to kind of like stockpile gold for next phase so that I can buy the shadow resist crafted gear without having to farm rats, because competing with bots is horrible, and I don't want to deal with that. This is a good way to make, if you're a druid, this is a really good way to make gold where you don't, if you don't want to deal with the competition. There we go. You go in this corner here, you'll be safe. Fairy fire one of the birds and just knock them down. Loot it all up. Now, I've seen other people try to get this down like a 5-minute run by skipping the birds. You totally can. I personally don't feel like waiting around for another instance to unlock. So I figure if I make it between 12 to 15 minutes, I don't worry about much. So, just sit in here, AoE him down, blah, blah, blah. I don't think I get many greens on this run, which is kind of weird. It also helps if you have a rogue friend or alt. You will find lock boxes, and it is kind of a hassle. I send it to my guild leader, and he just unlocks them, but, Go around the corner here. Boop, boop, boop. You probably want to check thorns. I don't even know if I rebuff it. I should, but I don't think I do. So, well, the boss, just like you would on normally tank him, but you want to just pull him on this side instead of the other side because you don't want to be near the ads. So at 80%, he's going to go immune and do Arcane Explosion. When he does, you pop double Life Bloom, Regrowth, back in bear form. He'll do it again at 50% this time. It's kind of boring. There's not really much to talk about here. This is pretty standard stuff. If you're geared, this guy just he tickles. Again, pop, how do you triple bloom into regrowth, redrew, pop a bear. You want to save your trinket for the last bit because he puts a mana shield up and you want to try to burst that down as much as you can. 25%, he's going to do it again for the last time. Do our little heals here, pop and bear. We'll start pulling him towards the exit here. And 15% puts the mana shield up, pop trinket right there, and then just do as much damage as you can. Keep blast rate up. You really want to keep blast rate up the entire fight. So typically what I do is I refresh it right before I know he's going to transition. And that's it. Boom, boom, boom. You loot the stuff. You DE it. All right. And you walk out the exit like you normally would. You stealth out. Leave it. 13-minute round. Reset. Do it again. That is sethekk Halls. That is a solo sethekk Halls. Yeah, I had my epic mount before I did this, but it's really easy. It's really helpful. I had just bought the Vortex tanking belt, and that cost me, I think, 1,800 gold, and I'm already back up to almost 2,000. So It's a good easy farm. I highly recommend it if you're a druid and you have some gear. But now again, there are people who can do this in lower gears, but I really don't recommend it. It's such a large margin for error on that. You have to have like you'd have to on the double guard, you have to like stun one. Or when there's only one, you stun it, you run away, you cyclone it, you heal, you cyclone it again, you heal again, you pop back in bear form, you do it again, do it again, do it again, do it again. It's is to me, I'd rather just go out in Shadow Moon Valley and just farm Primal Fire because until you get some gear, this is kind of the situation. So, but all right, guys, that's all I got. All right, later.